live before lock because of the early start of the MLB slate. Waiting on Bobby to kind of join us, and then we will get into the MLB, and then we'll probably take some time and review the NBA. There he is.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's happening? So what are you thinking of this MLB slate?
Well, I mean, I'm playing it. I don't know what else to say really. Yeah, it's a good slate. It makes I don't know. It's just very spread. It's weird to see a slate this small, this spread out ownership wise. I guess that's the first thing. Um, yeah, I mean, I like the slate though. I'm still doing basically what we talked about earlier, and I would be right now of my pitchers. I've got 30% Alcantara, 30% Brown, 15% Gilbert, 30% Sandoval, 25% Matz, 20% Contreras, and 20% Senga. So I'm pretty spread out with my pitching. What are you doing?
So you are in fact down with the Brown after all that.
Yeah, I was always into it. I'm not gonna have that play and not do it. I think I just gotta pull the trigger.
Yeah, that makes sense. So I have quite a bit of the guys I mentioned as well, and I'll give you the exact expression. I really don't think I'm changing anything. I think I'm kind of happy with what I'm doing.
Mhm.
Save this Yahoo NBA sheet first. Um, yeah, it's again, like I said, it doesn't have like the greatest upside in the world, um, but my main guys are going to be what's his name from the freaking Angels, Sandoval, and then there's going to be Mats, and then the guy you said, then Alcantara. Those are my top three. I am playing.
Oh, you don't play guitar after all that?
I am going to play some Alcantara, yeah, and then I'm also playing some Contreras and Elder. But the top guy is Sandoval, followed by Mats. I'm playing eight eight pitchers. Uh, so I have one lineup. But listen, it's just one lineup. But is it terrible to play Gonsolin?
I just don't think there's any leash or any upside really.
Okay, so
I mean, it would have to be like just flawless baseball for him to get there. I think.
okay, it was the one that I was going. And I do have a little bit of I have a couple of lineups with Gore in it too. I mean, just but nothing major. My main guys are my main guys.
Mhm. Yeah, I get it. Makes sense. Um, Still trying to adjust my lineups on the fly here, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm still doing with everything. I have some spread out stacks, but I'm trying to focus on more. I still like the Dodgers, even though it's not a great Dodger lineup. It is really cheap, so they actually work as like a value stack because they've got some really cheap options today, and even the stars are not that big of spend ups. Um, I have little Seattle mini stacks, Dodger full stacks, Mets full stacks, Oakland full stacks, actually, San Francisco full stacks, and then I have the A's and Seattle as sort of complementary pieces, along with San Diego and St. Louis. But mostly it's the Dodgers, Mets, San Francisco, and Oakland as my favorites.
Okay, so one of us will probably win. So my stacks are as follows. Um, Top owned is the Padres, followed by the Cardinals, followed by the Mariners. Those are my three most highly owned, and then I got sprinkles of everything in the United States. But those are the three big ones. And as far as five mans, again, mostly like I said, San Diego, St. Louis feels a little dirty, but that's just what maybe I'm being stubborn. But when my sheets kind of match up with the Saberson builds, and it's not going to be particularly high owned, I kind of like it.
Right.
So that's where I'm going with it. Uh, these the lefties from St. Louis look good enough, like Edmund and Gorman and his name Newt Bar or whatever. So I do like that, and I didn't I my one X out that I X'd out Smiley. I just couldn't do it on principle. as far as stacks go. And I didn't get like I don't think like any Angels. So no, I got one got one lineup with the Angels. So that's the one that's gonna come and get me because they do rate to be like really, really strong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's why I'm playing them more as pieces, and because I'm off the board with enough of my pitching, I can sort of do that.
Yeah.
And for what it's, yeah, I mean, like, what did I put on FanDuel? Like, I have Alcantara as my pitcher on FanDuel as well. Houston love.
I got a little Houston, a little bit.
Houston is, I get it a little bit. Like, I don't really like stacking against good bullpen games and good pitchers.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're rigged. I mean, like, I wouldn't stack against that.
Yeah, I'm not interested in Houston personally.
Yeah, I got a little. Not nothing major though.
Yeah. But like I you know, I'm looking at my exposures to some of the, like I have my highest owned catcher is going to be Langoliers, Murphy, something in that. I only Murphy because I can kind of afford it in some lineups, and I'd rather, you know, get a little bit against Alcantara if I, you know, have one batter against him if I'm gonna, you know, play him as much as I am today, because I say 30% of them, I really got him. He's probably in 45% of my buy-ins, you know, maybe in terms of
Did you notice the new thing they have on DraftKings with the exposures?
What thing?
That they show you what your exposures are.
That's the same. That's a Roto Grinders tool.
No, on the right side of the DraftKings entries.
I don't.
I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
I'll show you in a moment. Let me just do this NBA thing for a second.
Okay.
Let me share my screen for a moment. Okay. Where is this? Share screen, entire screen, this. Okay. So you don't see it in here. This used to be where the Roto Grinders thing was, right?
Yeah.
You should show it in here. So check this out. Look up here, this tab right here. View exposure.
Okay.
That was never there before a couple of days ago. Then you see this off on the right.
Oh yeah, that tells you for any sport. That's pretty cool.
My player exposure. Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, that makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking at it now, and my highest owned players are Mookie Betts and James Outman.
Yep.
Followed by Ohtani, Marte, Lindor, Michael Busch, Sandoval. Weird to not have pitchers as my Sandoval, Hunter Brown, Alcantara, Alonso. Those, and then Freeman and Alonso are my main first baseman. They have the exact same amount of both of them. I do sort of like the idea, even though I'm not doing a ton of it, of what we talked about before. I do sort of like the idea of getting to shoot, I just lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. This is what happens when I'm trying to build, and it's kind of a scrambling today. It just feels like it was like, you know, we had a lot of videos, and then I had to run and take my kids somewhere. So I've just got back, and I'm trying to like adjust everything.
Dude, this is like a long day for me too. I mean, I had like 3 like non-DFS related calls like earlier. Then I had another hedge fund call after we did, and then I came back here. I mean, this is a very busy day.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Okay, let's see.
And I posted my my staking stuff for PGA, and I just want to warn everybody: if I'm just telling you right now, I'm going to have 70% of ROM, but if you buy my package in the signature hole in the 555, you don't expect to see ROM in it. I just thought I'd let you guys all know that. So.
Oh, your stuff sells out so fast. You're not going to put ROM in your big buy-in, is what you're saying?
That's correct.
Gotcha. Yeah, I get it. I mean, it makes so much sense in so many ways.
It's stupid. It's beyond stupid, but I'm doing it anyway.
I'm going to play 2 big lineups just so I can fade him in one.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it's tricky. So yeah, it is interesting that we're on very different pages today, and then, you know, let's see how it goes. It's
baseball.
Yeah, that's what happens. It does feel a little dirty to have the as much Oakland as I do, and as much of the Giants as I do. I mean, I have like the Giants like 25%. Like, yeah, and it's funny because I don't like them against lefties in general that much. I do think Matz is the kind of guy they can hit. I think the weather's better, and also they're better. They have some guys with Estrada really coming into his own, and then Haniger back, and Flores was always at lefties, and then JD Davis. I actually feel like they have better guys to do it. It's just that we haven't seen the big performance from them yet.
Yeah.
And I'm actually also interested. I like this Blake Sable as a catcher. I know it's a lefty, but I don't know if they're gonna start him or not. He had the walk-off last night. He's hit 4 home runs and pretty limited at bats. He's got some real pop. Probably be Bart tonight, but Bart's sort of banged up. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens with that because that'll open up a little bit something different. Because I have 25% Sable because I really like him. Bart has got some power, but he's catcher who's dealing with a groin issue and has come out of 2 games out of the last 4 that they've played because of it.
Yeah,
and he's missed a game. It just doesn't feel good. It's like a hamstring injury in basketball. You know what I mean? You just don't want to mess with those guys. There's no way you can catch a whole game like easily with a real groin issue. I don't know how you can do it at all, to be honest with you. So yeah, hey, Eric. Yeah, there we go. Eric, go Oakland. Let's go. I think Oakland makes just so many sense on so many levels today. Where you're not playing Sandoval, because Sandoval obviously makes a ton of sense, but I just think that you get the leverage against Sandoval. You've got good hitting conditions there. Sandoval is a wide range of outcome pitcher who could easily just dazzle them, or he could walk 6 guys in the first 2 innings. Like that happens with him a lot. So I'm gonna hope that the Giants have taught these guys as they've done over the past year, just to be patient and all that. I kind of thought I was going to get more Logan Gilbert, and I don't know. I don't really have a great answer for why I'm not.
For whatever reason, the Seattle pitchers don't project well. But they all like exceed their projections.
And there's all this talk like, they're just not going to let him go with the Leafs. These guys have all thrown 100 pitches, like, you know what I mean? And also they're incredibly efficient with their pitches. This game is getting a little bit dangerous. The Seattle Philly game, though, maybe that's a good reason not to have more of them.
Pretty dangerous.
It says it looks increasingly likely it's going to be delayed at the very least.
Well, I don't like that. And
it's if it gets if the rain gets in the wrong place, it could be a little bit of postponed risk. And the Mets, for what it's worth, there's chance for an in-game delay, which should take us off of Senga a little bit.
In New York?
That's what it says. But hey, you know better. You're there. We can get the Mrs.
I see blue skies, but what do I know?
I don't know. Yeah, on the same thing. I mean, yeah, you're like you're what, like a 20 some odd miles away from the stadium.
That's true.
It is a little different. I don't know.
Good, because tonight is freaking. Tonight is what's his name night? Tonight is Dennis Schroeder night.
Dennis Schroeder night. That is for sure. We can talk a little basketball if you want to. I haven't finished my builds yet, and I've got to also go pick up my kid at 4 and then drop him off at another place at 4:30. I'm trying to figure out how to get this life balance down, and I just need to improve a little bit. And also, my kid being 17, it does help that it won't be that much to organize for that much longer. But
drive?
What? Not yet, no. But we'll be soon. Hopefully.
What do you think of Dylan Brooks tonight?
Man, is there ever a time we feel good about playing Dylan Brooks? Like, I don't know. Like, it is a legitimate value play that I'm probably going to use. That's it. How else to put it? One thing to keep in mind about Brooks too. One thing to keep in mind about the. I don't know what's going on with my brain. For some reason, everything just keeps hiccuping. I wanted to mention Pat Connaughton. He closed the last game and was playing well, and he played good minutes the games before. And it's kind of weird. He's put up 38, 27, and 20, and I haven't really heard many people talking about him as a value play today. But I kind of like him as yet another value that allows you to get the John Morant, Giannis lineup that I wanted to get to.
What do you think of Jordan Poole at 5K?
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to fade that one. Right now, Jordan Poole is in my lineups, and so is Dylan Brooks, and I don't feel great about Dylan Brooks.
Better. I mean, they're the same, right? What's better than Poole and Karis LeVert?
I think LeVert is, but you play LeVert at forward because guard is loaded.
Right.
I
Probably
think.
playing both of them.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, because you could play him at that position, I suppose.
I got to get my golf because we're not doing a sweatshirt tonight. I always save my final golf builds.
Yeah, make sure you get it in. Whatever.
I got to make sure to get that. What time does it start at? Let's see. It starts like
8:30 a.m. Eastern.
Oh, that's not that bad. Yeah.
Who's going to withdraw on our face?
I'll be
out, so it's fine.
There's a problem.
What do we got?
Yeah, I gotta go help. I'll be right back. Give me 2 seconds.
Sure. Sure, no problemo. Yeah, the Schuder play is strong, I think. I'm wondering what to do about Fox. If I should just totally like straight X him, or should I get some of him? I mean, I just can't see any reason to play somebody with, with those types of issues. That's the only problem. I mean, a whatever you call it, like left hand. I mean, it's pretty gruesome. I don't know if I can do that. Let's see if I can get Bobby's sign off on fading this, because I really don't feel like playing. I really don't feel like playing a guy with a broken freaking whatever you call it. There's Draymond. Got to play a little of that. Aaron Fox. I'm still getting like a few of these Aaron Fox lineups here. Little Donovan Mitchell never killed anybody, but not in this lineup. This one actually worked.
Sorry about that.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, Eric, I went through all of my exact ownership, so you're welcome to. I can repeat some of them, but we can go. I mean, I'm 30% on Alcantara, which is really more like 45% when it comes to actual buy-ins. I am 30% Hunter Brown. I'm playing 35% Sandoval and 25% Nats, and I'm also stacking against both of them in my other lineups. Just one of those slates. Meanwhile, he's got a nice little chess game going on over here.
Well, I wanted to see what happened in the World Championships without spoilers. This game happened.
Did Magnus Carlsen play?
No. He's like kind of gave up the championships. Stupid crap.
He's killing the poker games right now.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah, he's playing all
the
poker.
Are you Xing Fox out, or are you playing him?
I'm probably going to end up playing him in the lineup, but he's not going to be a priority for me. It's a little, and honestly, I think he's a terrific tournament play. Actually, I may end up I still am not sure what I'm going to do entirely with him, because if you really think this guy should be like 10% owned, and that's what we're looking at because of perception, I'm telling you, he's just, all he does is put up like 60 fantasy points, 55 fantasy points like every game. Like, what else? What else do we need? And I mean, we need
him not to have a broken hand.
Right, but he's put 53 or more in every game. What do we think he's going to do when he's out there? Not shoot it? Like, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. It's just, it does lean in also, though. There's no reason why Fox and Sabonis should be unowned. You know what I'm saying? Like, if the perception is that Fox is too damaged to be a good play.
Someone's got to score the point.
Right. Sabonis has to be a tremendous play. And if we really think Fox is going to be limited at all, then Malik Monk is like the best play on the slate, probably, or value. You know what I mean? He could put up like 45, or Davion Mitchell, one of those two guys, probably more Fox. But I'm actually excited. I'm gonna have my kid watch some of these games tonight because like these are great games. Like I'm excited I actually like the old school style with the Cleveland and New York, even though it's not pretty. It's like I like the defense. I grew up with it, you know. I remember watching games when I was growing up. This is crazy. I've now become that guy. But like the playoff games, it was like the score. I remember watching the Knicks and the Bulls in the conference finals, and the final score of the game was like 64-62.
It was like 88-82. And that's only because people made
it really was a 64-62 game. Like there was a game where neither team scored 30 at halftime. Like I just like, can you imagine? It doesn't even happen in the first quarter anymore. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, that's why all these numbers are a little bit skewed these days. But it is kind of crazy to think that of all of the teams that ever played basketball, this Sacramento team is the #1 rated offensive team in the history of basketball in efficiency, in scoring, in every category, basically.
Must see TV.
Yeah. And then they're playing the former, greatest show on, and there is. So it should be a fun one. That's been my most favorite, by far my favorite series to watch.
What do you think of Chris Middleton tonight?
It's not for me. I totally get it. It's a kind of game where he does tend to show up for these games, but it's just a kind of another play. I think he's fine. I'm absolutely not trying to get to him. I am going to do what I talked about earlier and make sure to get that Darius Garland lineup in there. I think that if they go next one to New York, if they end up playing in New York Game 6, I think we can mark Donovan Mitchell down for 60+ fantasy points. I really believe that. I don't even think it matters that I defend him. He's just going to take every shot.
I don't know about that. I've said that in a couple of these games, and it's just.
Well, it goes to one of them. You know what I mean? And I mean, he was 5 of 18 in the last game. It's kind of tough when you can't make a shot and do anything, and then you have your other backcourt guys going crazy. So it's really just one of them that usually gets there. But I don't know. Yeah, Mitchell hasn't since the first game hasn't really had that monster performance that I've been waiting for. I also really like the Clay play. I think that's what I'm gonna stick with. I think I'm gonna make the Clay play.
I definitely like that.
And I'm going to play Connaughton in one of my big buy-ins. I think I'm going to have Schroeder in every lineup, by the way. I really do.
I got him in a bunch of lineups.
I mean, these projections can't be like you just have to ignore the projections sometimes, and that's what I'm doing anyway. Tillman, does he even have a bus path here? I don't know if he does.
Sure. He could be. Remember, like those other times where where they just went to the other dude, right?
Not in this series, but yeah. I mean, you've got the Aldama. The foul trouble is a potential thing, I guess. But I mean, because I'm thinking about this, like whether I lock him in or not.
Yeah, I got a bunch of him and Schroeder. Schroeder, and Brooks are my 3 highest on.
Yeah. I mean, makes sense. I'm gonna do this a bonus with Clay on the other side in the lineup, and that's just gonna be that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think so. I also think this is a Josh Hartenstein game. I really do.
Ooh.
He's, I mean, not that he has to do much to have a game. He's been exactly what you'd want from a 4,100 guy. Put up 20 fantasy points. That's all you want. It's all you need right now because you're just trying to use him as a way to get to other guys. And he does differentiates builds enough.
What did he have? Like five blocks and 10 rebounds last game or something like that? Something.
He had 2 blocks and 2 steals last game and 8 rebounds.
Is that what it was? I remember it was an awkward line. I remember that.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. It's just against the bigs that as the series has progressed, you've seen more and more of them. But it is kind of weird to pay almost the same price that you could pay for Mitchell Robinson, which is probably what I end up doing, more than Hartenstein. Mobley, I guess, is the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be probably, doing some whoopsie daisies in the Sacramento game. I might be like moving some stuff around, I think.
Yeah. I understand. Duncan Robinson. Okay. Kevin Love and Duncan Robinson. What could go wrong with Kevin Love and Duncan Robinson both in the same lineup?
I can't think of anything.
Nothing comes to mind. Okay, I'm starting to like the.
Wow, this is a hell of a It's a hell of a universe call here. So my top owned guys, one of my top owned guy in the NBA is Schroeder, and my top owned goalie in hockey is Linus. So I have Linus and Schroeder, like the Peanuts narrative.
The peanut narrative. I love it.
What was this? Hold on a minute. Hello.
Okay, 63. I need to make sure to get one.
How are you?
All right, guys, drop in questions or thoughts. Otherwise, I'm going to get out and finish my builds. And that will be that. For those of you guys who are site members, I'm going to post my early NBA builds right now. Newsflash, shocker, I'm playing 100% Giannis. I actually am down to 81% Schroeder. I'm just if this is what you do. If you find something you like, you can marry yourself to it. And that's what I'm gonna do with the Schroeder. Live and die by it. I think there's plenty of outs for him to get there. I'm actually completely convinced that this number's got to be wrong on him. I just cannot buy that he's going to be 5% owned tonight. It's just impossible. So, thanks Eric, and thanks Mark. I'm gonna leave this on in case Sheets wants to come back. But good luck to everybody tonight, and let me know. I'll be in Discord for anything that you guys need. Good luck to Eric, and Eric. Hopefully we can get through. We can get the A's home. Let's go, buddy.
Yeah, welcome to Sheep's World. Oh, he left? Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, so I was screwing around with the hockey, and you still have Bergeron, who is still questionable here. Kind of a game time decision, so I don't know exactly. I'm gonna hold off on this for like a little bit. I'm still running through this chess thing. It's probably a draw, though. Nobody spoil it. You know what happened. Yeah, I actually do like Seattle to kind of do some. I like that Colorado-Seattle game in general to do well. So we will see how that goes. All right, so that's what I'm doing in hockey. I have some Seattle, and I have a little bit of Florida as well. I don't think Boston's necessarily lock. We'll change this lineup here. Yeah, I did very poorly in the afternoon slate today. you that bought a piece of me on State Kings, you're a little bit poorer than the beginning of the day. All right, so I guess I'm gonna get out of here. Let me just. I already went over my golf exposures. Told you guys I wasn't playing Rom in the big buy-in. I guess that's pretty much all I got for you guys. There's no other questions. Are you on Oakland as well? No, I have no Oakland actually. I'll go over once again my MLB exposures, exactly what they're going to be. Can't be any better than this. Okay, so pitchers on the DraftKings slate. I'm not playing FanDuel, by the way. Going to have 64% Sandoval, 50% Matz, 24% Elder, 15% Contreras, 15% Alcantara, 12% Hunter Brown, sprinkles of Gore, Gilbert, and Gonsolin, actually. Actually, I replaced Gonsolin with somebody else. So no Gonsolin. And then as far as team stacks go, I have 44% St. Louis, 36% San Diego, 26% Seattle, then 18% Houston, 14% Dodgers, 14% Chicago, then 10 balls of San Francisco, Philadelphia Mets. I don't have a share of Oakland. So you can feel free to set the 5-man stack them with extreme prejudice. And that will do it. Good luck, everybody.